Imagine pouring your heart into something, working tirelessly day after day, only to see it explode overnight and then vanish just as quickly. One moment, the world is watching, applauding, sharing. The next, the applause fades, your inbox empties, and you're left wondering what happened. It feels like magic. It feels like luck. But the truth is, viral content, what everyone chases, is often a trap. You see, virality is seductive. It promises attention, validation, and even financial reward. But it rarely builds anything lasting. And if you're creating with the hope that every post, every video, or every tweet will go viral, you may be setting yourself up for frustration, burnout, and creative stagnation. So today, we're going to explore why viral content can be dangerous, and more importantly, what you can focus on instead, something that can grow steadily, sustainably, and meaningfully over time. The allure of virality. There's no denying it, viral content is exciting. You see someone's video explode overnight, millions of views, thousands of comments pouring in. The dopamine hits are real. Our brains are wired to notice sudden bursts of attention, and social media platforms amplify this constantly. For creators, brands, and even everyday users, virality feels like a shortcut to fame, to influence, to recognition. You might think that if you just find the formula or the trend, you can unlock instant success. And sometimes it works. A funny clip, a shocking story, a clever meme, it can spread like wildfire. But here's the problem. The very nature of virality is fleeting. It's built on momentum, not depth. It's a wave that rises and falls, and most people catch it at the crest, only to be washed away in the crash. Why virality is a trap. Viral content is seductive because it appeals to our need for instant validation. But there's a hidden cost. First, it conditions you to chase trends instead of cultivating your own voice. When virality becomes the goal, creativity becomes reactionary. You're no longer exploring ideas that truly matter to you. You're asking what will get clicks over and over again. Second, viral success is unpredictable. You can spend weeks crafting a piece of content, following every known formula, and still see it barely noticed. Meanwhile, another creator can post something almost random, and suddenly it blows up. This randomness creates a psychological trap. You start measuring your worth by external validation instead of the value of the work itself. And perhaps most importantly, viral content rarely builds loyalty. People might share a video because it's funny or shocking, but they won't necessarily follow you, subscribe, or return for more. Virality creates spikes, not foundations. It's excitement without substance. Some creators report feeling exhilarated when a video goes viral, only to feel empty afterward. There's a temporary rush, a fleeting moment of recognition, but no long-term growth or security. It's like chasing lightning in a bottle, knowing that eventually the storm will pass. The hidden psychological cost. Beyond unpredictability, there's a deeper effect on your mindset. Chasing virality can create stress and anxiety. You start second-guessing every idea, constantly analyzing what could perform better. You may even feel guilty for posting content that doesn't explode, wondering if you failed. Creativity at its core thrives on freedom, curiosity, and genuine exploration. Virality imposes a pressure that transforms creation into a numbers game. You begin to measure success in metrics instead of meaning. Over time, this erodes your confidence and your joy in the work itself. Many creators share stories of burnout, when the relentless pursuit of attention leads to exhaustion, self-doubt, and even a loss of creative identity. You're producing content to satisfy an algorithm or a fleeting audience mood, not because you're telling the story you were meant to tell. The mirage of overnight success. There's another illusion at play, the myth of instant success. We see viral hits and assume they came out of nowhere, but behind almost every viral sensation, there's often a foundation we can't see. Years of learning, practice, building small audiences, or experimenting quietly before anyone noticed. Overemphasizing the overnight moment ignores the slow, steady work that makes meaningful growth possible. It's tempting to believe that one viral post can define your career, but more often, it's just a fleeting spike in a long, complex journey. In fact, some reports suggest that many creators who hit viral success early on eventually struggle to maintain momentum. The very expectations set by that moment of fame can make ordinary progress feel insufficient. You start chasing another hit, which becomes an endless cycle. What to build instead? So if virality is a trap, what should you focus on? The answer is not about shortcuts. It's about building something that grows slowly but steadily, something resilient, something real. The first step is to focus on audience, not eyeballs. This means understanding who you're speaking to, what problems they have, what inspires them, and how you can serve them consistently. When you create for real people, you're no longer gambling on trends, you're building connections. Second, invest in your craft. Skill, authenticity, and unique perspective are what endure. Viral content can attract attention, but mastery builds respect. Over time, people notice the consistency, the quality, and the genuine voice behind your work. That's what creates loyal followers who stay with you for years, not just a few hours. Third, embrace compounding growth. Just like in finance, small efforts accumulate over time. A video that gets a few views today may become part of a larger portfolio that consistently draws attention. A blog post, a tutorial, a thoughtful video, each piece is a brick in a foundation. Over months or years, that foundation becomes far more valuable than a single viral hit. Some creators shift their mindset from going viral to going deep. Instead of trying to reach millions at once, they focus on building a community that truly cares, one connection at a time. The growth might be slower, but it's sustainable and meaningful. Pause for a moment and imagine this. You wake up tomorrow and one of your posts has gone viral. Millions of views, hundreds of comments. The world notices. But here's the catch. You don't have a plan for what comes next. Your audience isn't ready to follow you anywhere else. Your community isn't built. That spike vanishes in a week, leaving you back at square one. This is the crossroads many creators face. You can chase the high of virality repeatedly, or you can choose to build something enduring. And once you make that choice, the way you create changes. The value of consistency and authenticity. Consistency and authenticity are the antidote to the viral trap. When you produce work that reflects your values, your interests, and your voice, you attract people who resonate with you, not just momentary attention seekers. Consistency doesn't mean rigid repetition. It means showing up regularly, refining your approach, and being present for your audience over the long term. When people know what to expect from you, they start to trust you. That trust is far more valuable than a sudden viral moment because it sustains engagement over months and years rather than hours and days. Authenticity means being willing to experiment, fail, and show your humanity. Viral content often sanitizes or exaggerates reality for attention. Authenticity, in contrast, draws in people who care about the person or the story behind the content. It builds relationships, not just views. Real-world examples without naming. Consider creators who started small, posting consistently about a topic they loved. They didn't chase the trends. They focused on providing value, telling stories, or teaching something meaningful. Over time, their audience grew, not in sudden bursts, but steadily, organically. Years later, they had communities that were loyal, supportive, and engaged. Every piece of content reinforced their credibility and their brand. A single viral post might have helped, but it was the slow, intentional work that created lasting success. This pattern repeats across industries. Whether it's art, education, tech, or entertainment, the creators who thrive long-term are not the ones who chase the next viral moment. They're the ones who build foundations, relationships, and expertise. Practical steps for sustainable growth. If you want to break free from the viral trap, start by asking yourself, who am I creating for and why does it matter? Then consider small, meaningful goals. A series of videos that explore a topic deeply, a project that teaches or entertains, or a body of work that reflects your voice. Engage with your audience authentically. Respond to comments, ask questions, and learn from the people who follow you. Every interaction is a brick in your foundation. Focus on mastery. Whether it's storytelling, editing, writing, or research, investing in your craft pays off exponentially over time. And finally, measure growth in impact, not in instantaneous popularity. Are you reaching the people who truly care? Are you creating something that adds value? That's the metric that matters. Virality is tempting because it's flashy, immediate, and measurable, but lasting success comes from patience, focus, and authenticity. The people who endure in creative fields aren't the ones who chase the next trend. They're the ones who build something real, something that survives beyond the fleeting spotlight. So the next time you feel the urge to chase a viral moment, pause. Ask yourself, am I building something that will matter tomorrow, next month, and years from now? Because those are the creations that matter. Those are the ones that endure. You don't need a moment of viral fame to make an impact. You just need consistency, authenticity, and a commitment to the work that matters most to you. If this resonated with you, consider liking the video. It really helps support this channel and lets us know you value thoughtful, meaningful content. Subscribe for more deep dives and stories about creating with purpose. And share your thoughts in the comments. What have you learned about chasing viral content versus building something that lasts? I'd love to hear your perspective. Remember, it's not the spikes that define your journey. It's the foundation you're building, one step at a time.